everybody.
Hi.
Hello, Kate. It's good to see you.
Oh, it's so good to see you too. Sometimes it feels like it's ages, and I know
it
it's
does,
only
doesn't
been a
it?
week.
I know. So Sunday night, Kate went on her first live on her channel with Valerie, and they had a wonderful time. And we're waiting for them to start, and like 10 minutes goes by, and I'm like, so I texted you and I said, "Are you okay?"
Oh, you're okay.
So tell me, did you start talking?
We were just
Oh, you were like going on.
Yeah, we're just chatting away, and then all of a sudden we noticed that there's some really interesting conversation happening in the chat. Like, oopsie, what's going on? Yeah, who
was funny.
I would never imagine in a million years that you have to click a button twice.
Yeah.
Not just once, twice.
Yeah. It's just there's always a what do you call it? I can't think, a learning curve when you're doing anything like that. And I've had those problems. I've had problems where I haven't hit end broadcast. I just click leave studio. Oh. And I've been off and doing something, and somebody will text me and say, "You're still on,
Yeah, I'm like, welcome to the dress rehearsal, right?
I know.
Oh,
what did I say? What did I do? Yeah.
You know what? There are so many people that make this look easy, and it is a challenge. Yeah,
it does.
It's really a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's say hi to our friends.
Okay.
Lisa and Sherry and Earth Angel. Hi, Pierrette. Plucky Heroine. And, let's see. Marita. All right. Oh, Marita has a dream. Okay.
Awesome.
Diana's here. Blessings of Imbo. Isn't that how you say it, Diana? Imbo. Light Bridget's flame. I love Adam Schiff too, guys. I do.
I do too.
Let's see. Indigo. Hi, Heather. It's good to see you, honey.
Hope you're feeling better.
Manasa. Oh, you're lurking, Manasa. We love you. Thank you, dear. Delta Dawn's flower. Oh my God. I used to be in Delta Zeta, and our flower was the rose. Wow. And so I used to sing Delta Zeta. What's that flower you got on?
Delta Dawn. Yeah. What's that flower you got on?
It's nice to see new people. Hi, Teresa and Lisa and Hila. Oh my goodness. Butterfly kisses. Hi, Gerald. Washing the dishes. Okay. Nice to see you. Carolyn Adams from Frigid, Vermont.
Awesome.
Oh. Hi, Butterfly Kisses. Thank you for posting that. That's very nice of you. And the room is filling up. We're trying to figure out if this is a better time. That's why we're doing it now. Or if we're going to go back to our morning one. But, we'll play it by ear. Maybe we'll do every other one this way. I don't know. Whatever we decide.
Yeah.
But you let us know what works for you, too, because we're always here for you.
Yep.
So, yes.
Barb's Bill of Fortune. Did we say hi?
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi there. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Stacy Richardson. Yeah. So did you hear about George Santos today? He got out of his committees. He said, "I'm going to get out of the committees." And he was interviewed on OAN, or that weird channel. And he said, "I'm going to try really hard not to say anything that could be misinterpreted, or I'm going to watch what I say and be careful." And so Jake Tapper from CNN starts busting out laughing. And he says, "It isn't like you made a mistake about something, like you were a year off, George. It's everything."
It's everything. It's like, are you just going to be silent then now? Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy. Yeah. So yes, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us this evening. I am at my daughter's house, and this is my son-in-law's office, and he cleaned it all up for me because he's gone to Romania because his mom's dying. And so we are kind of in a situation where we're kind of on tenterhooks, She has pancreatic cancer, and she can't even talk now. So I'm here showing support to my daughter while he's gone, and sending lots of love. So just send love his way, to Otila. Otila Chirwa is her name, and she's just not well. So yeah, but I'm worried about him because he hasn't lost anyone before, and it is his mom. So. But anyway, he cleaned everything up, and I'm visiting up here, and I have my doggies with me, and I have all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it is wonderful. He can go to her. He works for Microsoft, and they're very good to him. And he didn't get canned, in that big thing that went, but they love him. So yeah, it's wonderful. We've been trying to get him there. He just became an American citizen, and so he didn't have a passport. He wanted to go last month, but he didn't have a because he changed from Romanian passport to American passport. Now he's going back. Yeah, bureaucratic red tape.
Yeah, it happens. It's so cool when romance finds its way across the waters.
Across the water. My daughter's always been a cultural person. A lot of her friends from other countries. So it just makes sense that they met each other and
That's right.
Had that happen. So Marita says she had a weird dream about Adam Schiff. That is so strange. It must mean something, she says. I wonder if somebody's being shifty. Get it?
Shifty. Adam Schiff. I would like to know what the weird part was. I mean, did he?
I think it was. I think
it was at a dinner table. What was the part that was weird? Because dreaming about people that we see in the news, people that are on our minds, I would imagine is a little more common than not, because they are people that we look up to, they are people that we admire, or they're people that we wish would just completely go away, please.
And I'm thinking to myself, how much does she know Adam Schiff in the news, let's say, because they're telling him he can't be on the judicial board anymore. And because he's, they said that he told lies and all this stuff, which is probably not true. But they're frightened of him because he's so smart. And, he just declared his
Senate
to run for the Senate. Of course, Katie Porter did too, who I adore.
I know.
So I know it's going to be a hard call, but he's brilliant. Adam Schiff is brilliant.
He is.
So Marita, tell us what you think about Adam Schiff and how you how
it was weird. Yeah.
Santos Schiffy sounds like a new dress style, Diana says.
Oh my gosh.
She says, I wonder if something is coming up for him. That's what Marita wonders. And I did just read, Marita, that he is going to be on remember, he was on the Intelligence Committee that they won't let him back on. So he's going to be on the Judiciary Committee, and they're going to put together some things to sort of stave off the Republican intrusion into all their things they want to know about. So maybe that's what it is. It could be. Yeah. He is brilliant, Jamie Johnson. You're right. Hi, I'm glad you're here. And yes, Sherry, we don't even know yet if Feinstein is going to run. She hasn't made that determination, but she really does need to kind of go chill out a little bit. I think she's not really doing well. She's got some attention problems.
Well, there is that hope by a lot of people that things in that house are going to change, and there will be a revolving door happening for that house. So it is really sort of a toss-up, and I would imagine that there are a lot of different scenarios going around for all of those people involved, the ones watching and waiting, and the ones knowing that it's about to happen. Every day, my husband wakes up and says, "Do we have handcuffs yet? I want to know. Are there any handcuffs?"
And things can change in a very short period of time. It could be that Marita has her own, very psychic ability, and it could be that she knew that something was coming up for him.
Yeah,
if this was
absolutely.
4 months ago. Yeah. He did a wonderful job on the committee with, that was doing the investigation. But I just know that just got them all upset. And that's why they don't want him. So
yeah. Integrity and intelligence will win out. We hope.
Yeah.
That's what we're
absolutely
hoping for.
Yeah. Absolutely. And remember, when they say that, it's too woke, they don't like us because we're enlightened. Really, that's what it is. They're afraid of it's this. They've had that problem for a long time, where they're anti-intellectualists. They don't think anybody needs to learn anything new, do anything new.
But it would be nice if they at least knew their job.
Wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? Yeah. It would be nice, right? It would be nice if they knew what they can do and what
they were doing, right? What the laws are and stuff. I know.
Yeah. It doesn't make you king for a day.
Yeah. No. So everybody, Kate's got a dream she's going to share with us and talk about. But we'll get to your questions here first. There's a couple of them. If there's anybody else that has them. Delta Dawn's Flower said, "Has anyone ever had two separate dreams at the same time? The first was like watching a movie. Went behind the film was another dream. I was my body flying around, invisible." That's wonderful. Wow.
That is very cool.
It is. Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever had that happen. Have you ever had that happen, Aley, where you're in two places in the dream?
I think I've had a dream where I've been watching a movie, and maybe then being in the movie. But I don't think I think that's really cool, though. I think that is behind the film was another dream.
I think she's astral traveling.
I think so. So part of you is in like down here, and part of you is out there. Yeah. Wow.
Very cool.
That's
interesting, Delta Dawn's Flower.
Anytime you say that you're flying around, oh, they're so good. Those dreams are so good, aren't they?
Yeah.
I love those dreams. They don't happen enough for me. Yeah. They don't happen enough.
You just have to ask.
That's true. Yes. I don't know how long ago it was, Delta Dawn, but you can always ask before you go to bed at night, could you tell me a little bit more about the dreams I just had, and see if you get any kind of response to that. But yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's awesome. My feeling too is that the movie could be reality, our real down-earth material plane reality, because if you ever watched that movie that the guy was in, what was that, with James Carey many years ago? It was a very strange movie, but The Truman Show.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Yeah. So he was like in a movie, right? In the Truman Show. But so maybe that's what that was. That's like, okay, we have the daytime reality, and then the nighttime reality is I'm out here floating around, having a great time.
I love that. That's a beautiful way of putting it, Aley, because our lives are like film running. They're they're continuous. And so to take a sneak peek or take a vacation away from it and just let it run is a very cool concept of, having that refresh, having that moment of just fun. And I'm just going to duck out over here for a minute.
Yeah. Excuse me while I fly around for a while.
Yeah. Left. Yes. Awesome.
That's right. Jamie Johnson said she astral travels in sleep ever since she can remember. Good for you. Wow.
It's so much fun. It is so much fun.
It is. Ann Simpson, more flooding today. Oh my God. 3 months of rain in one day. Same last night. Oh my God, Ann. I'm so sorry.
And it is. It's so exhausting. When we had it here, it was like, it wasn't so much that it was happening, but the noise was constant, and normally that is a sweet thing to put me to sleep, but this was just this constant faucet sound of constantly, and it was loud. And so I can totally relate to have that sense of quiet come back. Can we just breathe and have a little bit of quiet?
Right.
And,
sunshine that's too much rain. Yeah. I mean, are they building an ark down there? That's crazy. You know,
I know.
So, Ann, I'm guessing, Ann, if it's so bad like that, the flooding, that you're not driving to work, you're not going to work, I hope, or anybody else, because that's really dangerous. And I just read tonight in Austin, Texas, that I think they had snow or icy conditions, and they had 60 cars call for help because Texans don't know how to drive in the rain, never mind the ice and the snow. And so, you want to stay as far away from that as you can. We certainly send lots of love to you, Ann, and I hope things change quickly for you and that this dries up. Oh, my God.
I know. It is so hard to know.
Jules says she's sometimes floating in your dreams. Oh, yeah. That's really cool.
I know everybody else is going, I want to do it. I want to do it.
Hi, Viviani. It's nice to see you. Yes. Oh, yes.
Hi, dear.
Oh, my goodness. Anybody that I've missed here, I'm so sorry. You know that we love you. So she says, Ann says she doesn't sleep yet. No driving. Okay. Work is fabulous. Gave me time off to sort it. Good. Yeah. She's tired and teary. I am so sorry, Ann. I understand. I do understand. When I lived in Texas, we had a really bad flood, and actually emus and cows started floating down the river, and houses were floating down the river. And it was scary. It's scary. It really is. So lots of protection around you, dear. Blessings to you, Ann. Yeah.
I discovered earplugs. That was the only way I could sleep, was putting in the earplugs,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sherry, do either of us have a generator or something running in the background? Here today?
I hear a buzzing sound, but there's nothing going on here.
My daughter was doing something with a machine when we first started, but no, there's nothing running in here now. I don't know. I'm sorry if there's noise. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, Willow's here. Hi, Willow. It's good to see you. She's layered like a bag lady in West Virginia. Oh, you silly.
Cold. Yeah.
Goodness. Oh, what's wrong with Sharon? Oh, I'm so sorry. Much love sent to Sharon. Absolutely. I did not know that. Yeah.
And our sweet purple elephant, Deb H, isn't well either. So
Deb H needs some love too. She does. Yeah. And I said to her, that moving really can really get you. Oh, you can hear the hum too? It might be
kind of sounds like a man's razor.
That loud? No. Really?
It's noticeable. I figured it would go away.
I can hear my computer making noise, but I didn't think it was that loud. Wow. And I'm using the same one I always do.
Yeah, interesting.
I am so sorry, guys. So sorry. It sounds like a generator, not real loud. Okay. I'm sorry. Earth Angel's fighting a cold. All right. Oh, she's home now? Who's home now? Sharon? Okay. All right. Okay. Could be the computer fan. I think you're right, Earth Angel. I think that's what it is. Yeah. You don't think it's coming from my computer? Oh, I don't know, guys. The blower for the furnace?
They didn't even have a furnace. I'm not sure what that is.
It's probably because I'm a big blowhard. I don't know.
Oh, too cute.
Heather says she dreamt of an ancient Aztec-looking coin or medallion. Past life, Heather?
Yeah, maybe past life. Something that's precious, something that is rare. I mean, I'd like to know what the context was. So, something that very few people see, the uniqueness. Oh, what happened? It stopped.
I muted.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I would like to know what the context was, but just off the top, I would say something very unique, something of value something that is from the ancients, from old. So if this was like your guides showing you a new gift and they were presenting it to you in the form of an Aztec looking coin or medallion, that may be the way for us to interpret that you are on the receiving side of something precious, something very old, something that most people don't have in their pocket or don't carry around with them. But it would be nice to know, Heather, if there's more context. But I hope that makes sense to you. Let us know if that makes sense in the chat. Let us know.
I'm just going to mute myself when Kate's talking so you don't have to compete with the hum. I wake up seeing it in your mind's eye. So here's my question, Heather. I would, if you can get them to do it again, find out what that was, what was the image. I know it was a coin. I know you said it was you knew it was Aztec, but I'm wondering what it looked like on the coin. And I wonder if there is such a coin. That's my thought.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. And that might be a message for you. Definitely. At the very least, you could have had an Aztec lifetime, and that would be cool to know too. Oil Painter says perhaps it was an opportunity. Oh, there was a face on it. Ooh. Oh, all right. So Anne found this. 1500 Aztec hoe or axe money, a coin-sized piece of copper with a unique shape similar to that of a hammerhead shark.
Wow.
I don't know. I think that's pretty cool, though.
It is very cool.
It is very cool. Heather, I'd love to know if you have more dreams about that, actually. It might be something that they're wanting you to artistically represent because you are the visual artist. And maybe it's, maybe it's, I think I told you guys about having a vision about this particular thing. And I even wrote it out. It was like a form, like a pyramid, but it wasn't. It was something different. Mm-hmm. And then I was looking on Lars Muhl's channel, and I just felt drawn to it. And I turned it on. He started talking. And behind him was that image that I saw. And it wasn't something that you see all the time. So it wasn't like, a cross or whatever it was, but there it was. And I thought, holy moly. Oh, my Lord. I know. Okay, so let's see. There's been I occasionally dream in cartoon. Oh, my. Does anyone else dream in cartoon? What is it? You do. Yeah. She wants to know what it means.
Well, it's still just imagery. It's still their way of getting through. And for me, there's a very particular cartoon. I was trying to look up the name of the strip, but I can't even find the strip anymore. But it's for me, the representation is very significant, and I know what that is because it was very animated and turned to me. But at the same time, it's really up to you. How you relate to that comic character. Right. I would say it would probably be better if you were, the Roadrunner rather than Wild the Coyote.
That's true.
But it depends on
the anvil on your head every time.
I know. You do know why the Roadrunner always outsmarted the Wild the Coyote, right?
Right.
Because he owned Acme.
Yeah, right. Remember the Acme boom?
Yeah. He knew what was coming. He must have been a little psychic. But anyway,
I think he might have been.
A little bit. Yeah.
So Heather says it's black and gold with a face on it. And thank you, everybody, for bringing all these other things up. Viviani cool. Dreams in French. She studied French. She says, hi, Linda de Gonzalez. Foxy Roxy, welcome. Froxy Roxy, sorry, welcome. It's nice to have you here. And we all welcome you. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I think that's what I have for now. I'm going to shut off my little noise and let you talk about what you wanted to talk about when we first.
Okay. The dream was that happened. Okay. What happened?
Yep.
So, first of all, let me just back up a little bit and explain that I am a firm believer that whatever information you are receiving from your angels and your guides and your ancestors and loved ones is benevolent. It is not meant to hurt you. It is meant to help you. Okay, that this is guidance and not control, that this is information for your betterment. And so I would, knowing that that's the preface of my belief in dream work, I had a dream about 40 years ago. That's 4 decades ago, at least 4 decades ago, that I still remember. And I remember it because it was so heartbreaking to me what was in the dream. And it wasn't until yesterday that I figured out its meaning. So the ones that stay with you, the ones that are puzzling, let try and figure it out so that you don't have 40 years of grief. That's all I can tell you is don't wait. Don't wait. Ask a question. Okay. So I'm going to recall the dream and then I'm going to explain to you what I finally understood it to mean. So at that time, I had an acquaintance, someone that I knew, and this person showed up in the dream. The scene is that I'm in a hospital bed and I'm nervous to leave. I want to go. I don't understand why I'm there. I'm healthy. Everything is okay. And people keep coming in and looking at the chart at the bed. You know, those old type charts that would swing on the back of the bed. And I would say, can you tell me why I'm here? Why am I here? And the people that were coming and going wouldn't have faces. They were not relevant to me, but they didn't also answer the question. They didn't answer until this person that I did know came in and I said, oh, I'm so glad. Can you tell me why I'm here? And she said, you have AIDS and everyone that you have ever loved is going to die because of you. And then the dream stopped. I woke up, my eyes were swollen, my face was wet. I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. I was so wrapped up in the idea that I could possibly somehow be responsible for the death of my loved ones that I didn't function for several days. I asked people, what do you think this is? What do you think that? And all of them just shook their head like, I'm not even going to go there. And what I realized yesterday was that my guides were trying to warn me that this person was going to lie to me and that she was going to hurt me and try and hurt me in a way that was heartbreaking. And she has for the last 30 years. She has tried to, I can't even go into it. The hospital represented to me her illness. It represented mental illness. It represented the fact that she would take something that I held so tenderly in my heart and use it against me to twist and turn and try and squish me from jealousy or insecurity or whatever it was. Because I had boyfriends, but it wasn't really anything serious until my first husband. So it was really, really haunting, this dream for me. And I thought, my gosh, it took me what? It took me 40 years to understand that that's what the guides and angels were trying to tell me. How much time I could have saved myself knowing that if I had distanced myself from the pain, if I had distanced myself from the heartbreak of this concept that I could cause someone I love to die, if I could just separate myself enough so that I could look down and see what it was all about. And yes, it was absolutely a warning dream that I needed to let go of that relationship. And I finally did. It's been 10 years. of wonderful quiet, and I can be myself. I don't have to worry about being attacked, or, and so and the reason I felt so intense that I wanted to share this with you is because, don't wait. Find out from someone, anyone. Keep asking questions until it clicks in your head. They're not meant to be horrible. They're meant to be protective and meant to be, if I had known that all those years, I would have saved all those years of grief. And so I am really grateful that I finally got the answer. A little late is better than never at all, because, we are all human. And so we need that support that sometimes is invisible. We need to know that we are loved, that we are cared for, and that I guess if I had just been paying attention, I could have said, please show it to me in another way. I know that now, but I didn't know it then. So I hope that helps everyone understand the significance of something, of feeling terrible, when it's actually protective and benevolent.
Right. I remember when I was pregnant with my son, and my then husband, certainly not the one I'm married to now, was having an affair with another woman. And I had a dream that he was having an affair with another woman. And of course, when you're pregnant, you don't want to have those kind of dreams, but it was very prophetic, very prophetic. And I mean, I saw the whole thing, and I woke up and I thought, oh, that's so awful, and it was happening. So I knew on that level, just like you knew on your level, except that you weren't ready to unravel that just yet. And that person, was sort of an essential person in your life at times,
At the time, yeah.
And so, we don't want to think about it that way when we're going through it,
Right.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. Everybody was mortified here in the chat, but the fact that it took you that long to figure it out, but at the same time, we always get the answer if we just keep pursuing. And like you said, it's us that knows the answer,
right.
not some other, really.
Right.
But yeah.
And you can always go back and ask for clarification. If something is too dramatic or is too intense, tell them that you need it to be softer. And we talk a lot about how it's right before you go to sleep, but you know what? You can ask it anytime, because they're constantly around. They're constantly around. So, and they're waiting for us to say hello and thank you and all that good stuff. So, you don't be afraid to just in your head say, hey, that wasn't very cool.
I know. Yeah. And the thing is, there's a lot of sneakiness that goes on, and we don't want to believe that sneakiness is true.
Yes.
But really, we do know on that level. We do know. We really do. And so thank you for sharing that, Kate. I have this dream here from Froxy Roxy, brand new person. Welcome to our show.
Welcome.
She remembers 2 vivid dreams in her life. I saw a picture of a gentle elder lady walking away and waving, but with a tender smile on her face. Then I woke up crying, but sad and sweet tears.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I'm just curious, Foxy, if you had someone that was close to you that was that much older that maybe you were missing. This could have been a visitation dream of maybe a grandmother or aunt or, even mom, who had been sharing time with you, but the time that you remember is when she was walking away. And the fact that she was still smiling, and that you acknowledged that it was a wonderful time, or at least a sweet time.
Sad but sweet. Yeah.
Yes. And you can ask her to come back again. It's hard to know from someone walking away, but we're always connected. once you love someone, you're always connected to those people, and they love you from that other side. So, it may seem like they're a stranger when they're actually not at all.
Yep. So Froxy Roxy said, who was she? And Plucky Heroine says, an ancestor came to visit. I'm wondering, and I'm just wondering if it was either you or it was somebody that you don't know any grandparents and your mom was still alive at the time. Well, that's true. But at the same time, it could have been a past life, and it could have even been you walking away and walking away from that life and remembering walking away from that life and now being in this life. It's
absolutely possible. Instead of saying your younger self showing you, what would your younger self say to you? No, this was your past life. What would she say to you? And the fact that she's waving and saying, see ya with a smile on her face is, honey, it's going to be okay.
I know. And the fact that you were sad, but at the same time, sweet. It was sweet. So you recognized her in some way. If you were crying, if you woke up crying, you recognized her on some level, I would think, as being someone you knew.
Yeah. And a spirit guide, even a spirit guide.
Somebody was done working with you and was going on their merry way. Yeah. But I'm the same way. I didn't have grandparents in my life because they were dead before I was born. But I think that they still could have been around, on the ethereal plane. And so I just feel like, what a beautiful, that's such a beautiful sentiment.
It's such an image. Yeah. It's a great image, right? Yeah. I had grandparents that I didn't even speak their language. So
I'm sure you did. Yeah.
It's like hard to know when they're saying hello. Trust in the fact that it was that it had sweetness. That the whatever the experience was meant to bring you joy, was meant to remind you that everything is going to be okay. And it could be someone from your past life. Absolutely. You can ask Roxy if you want to ask, your guides to give you more information. And yes, thank you for sharing that. It was very sweet. The imagery I got was just fabulous.
I know, me too. It gave me the chills. And yes, it was a very tender dream. And because you have remembered it so long, it was a very important one, just like Kate's was. Kate's was important, and she couldn't figure it out because she wasn't ready to figure it out until later. And for you remember it because it was so poignant, and you remember how you felt when you saw this woman doing that. So
wonderful.
Yeah, it is. And yes, Willow, we all need to recognize parallel existence, because remember this is very important. Time is a man-constructed thing. We actually live in a non-linear world, and there are different worlds that we can access. We're the ones that created time because we had to be somewhere at a certain time, or we had to figure out how old we were, or whatever it is. And there are other ways of looking at what's happening around us, or even in our own dream state, which, remember, we've talked about on here, which some of you weren't here, but before we said it is the truth. It's a part of you that's still true.
Yes.
It's an experience. So whatever it is that you felt was true for you, but you're the one who knows the answer more than we do, or anyone else that's doing dream analysis.
The other thought that just popped in for me, Aley, was that if this was representing a past life, maybe what she was saying, that one's done. Do this one.
Yeah.
Be okay in this one. It'll all be okay.
It'll all be okay.
Yeah.
So yes, and spirit is not constrained either by time and space. Yes.
No,
absolutely.
not at all. Yeah.
Which reminds me, I see a side conversation going on here with Juno and Oil Painter, and it reminded me that today there was a beached whale in New York that just beached itself, and it was huge. It was 41 feet, and now they've had to cut it up in order to put her, bury it. Then they said that there were 9 of them in the last couple of months or something. So there's something going on that's creating this I don't know, this whale kill. And it's
really quite sad.
We're
It's
not
really
able to feel
sad.
it. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
not able to feel it. Yeah.
So Craig is driving. Hi, Craig.
Oh, Greg! Hi, Craig.
Were we gonna take a look at Craig's dream about being cold?
Did he send it to you?
No, he was talking about it in one of the other shows where.
Right. Do you remember what it was? Do you remember?
And if I'm not right, Craig, I'm so sorry, but what I recall from it was that he was feeling cold and then felt like someone was holding him, like there was someone holding him and making him warm, helping him be warm. And he was asking who was it that was holding him to keep him warm.
Oh, okay.
Does that sound right to you, Aley?
It's possible. When I saw that it was a dream, I kind of said,
we'll hold it.
You know, bring it to this, but I didn't know he was. Yeah. So, what do you think?
I actually think it was more than one.
Okay.
More than one holding him and keeping him warm. I think that there's a different environment coming up because he said he hated to be cold, and that a different experience, a different type of experience coming up, where they are holding him and saying, "We got you, we got this, and we're going to keep you warm. We're going to be your comfort wherever you go, in whatever situation you're in."
So he's in the arms of the angels, really. Yeah. And they're protecting him.
Yes, that's what I got. I was looking for Clara, but I think Clara was the one giving instructions. So
he's the boss.
So I hope that helps, Craig. And thank you for sharing that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Stacy Richardson has a couple. There's two posts that go together that I'm going to read. Okay. So she had a dream about 2 weeks ago. Before she went to bed, she asked God to restore her gifts. Good for you, honey.
Yep.
I went to sleep and saw myself asleep in the bed. So she must have been out of body.
Right.
She says, then I was on my knees pleading my case to God that I wouldn't be afraid. And a voice in the corner said, remember how afraid you were when I was a child. I woke up in complete fear for about an hour.
Oh.
Wow. So in the dream, you heard this voice in the corner that said that. That's what I'm getting, Stacy. Okay.
So we think we need to figure out or identify who the child in the corner is.
Maybe it's her.
Okay.
Because I know it says when I was a child, but it could have been her, and it's her inner child saying, remember how it was when I was a child. It could have been her inner child saying that. Mm-hmm. And are you sure you want those gifts turned back on? Because remember how afraid you were when you were a child. And there's a lot of people that have turned their gifts off because of being fearful. But she woke up in fear. But that, I'm thinking when she woke up, her inner child was in charge because her inner child had sort of gone into the dream and reminded her of that. But I don't know. I'll let you think about it and see what you think.
I'm curious to know where the fear is from. What is causing the fear? For me, there's either love or fear. Your heart is either in one or the other. It can't stay in both. So when your heart is in love, there's confidence, there's hope, there's all the gifts that the Spirit has through the heart. And then fear is the lack of that. So, whether you were feeling that you were not confident about the gifts, whether they were too strong, and you didn't have a resource to, I saw spirits as a child. So this is a For the people that can see, I have a niece who saw angels everywhere and it frightened her. And so she asked for it to be turned off. And lo and behold, they ended up manifesting migraines and issues with I believe that if you do not use your gifts, your body will shut down because your gifts are what light you up. It's what sustains all of this, right? All the cells. So in exploring and having confidence and feeling safe in being able to understand what you are saying and have someone near you or with you or as an coach that says, call me when this is happening or describe what you're saying. You have angels at your beck and call. Angels were created for man. They're the same angels that visited Jesus can visit you. So the power of the universe and the power of what's in the spirit realm is so beautiful when we are accepting of it and when we are asking for it. So in the event that you were okay to ask God to go ahead and do these things, to relight them up, to have them be okay, there are support systems, there are support tools that you can use that can keep you protected. If you were interested in any of the psychic classes or some of I can't go into all of them right now, but the gift that you have is spectacular. And I would hope that you would want to know how to use it so that you could share it with other people and bring them comfort, bring them a peace of mind that we do still connect to each other and we do still have these love pieces and ties and strings and anchors and however it is that you want to say it. So I think that, it again, coming from the child view to the adult view, the adult is saying, okay, I think I'm ready for this now. I think I'm ready to go ahead and do this. And yet some of that old patterning, those old thoughts.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Those old messages that come through, right? Yeah. So I hope, Stacy, that you know that you are miraculous and that you can do these things, and that there is a lot of available help that isn't even free of charge. People that
Right.
would love to work with you and help you to build the skill so that you can feel like your boundaries are not breached, so that you can feel like you are in a safe place 24/7. Okay. I hope that helps.
I hope so too, Stacy. I can understand why that fear would come back, originally because it was tapping into something that you had to give up as a child. And we still have an inner child, and we have to love that inner child just as much. And
Right.
no, I think that's right. It helps a lot, Kate. Thanks,
Yeah.
dear.
Well,
Yeah.
as human beings, we are here because we have a reason to be here. And
Yeah.
we have a power that is overriding the other entities, spirit, angels are at our command. It's not the other way around. We
Yeah.
are the ones that have the power to decide and to filter and to see and share. So, it's not unfortunately with Hollywood, and things that people can see when they don't understand it, it can be confusing. It can be
It can.
confusing.
It can. It's the same thing really with dis-ease, and we call it disease. But when we have disease, it's something that we are not awakening ourselves to for entertainment purposes only. But I love what Louise Hay has to say about it, because she really nails down some of those things as far as, why we might be having a problem in one area or another area. And it's just another way of deciphering, how we should take care of ourselves, really.
Right.
And that's exactly what the dream is as well.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Guidance.
Well, before I get to this one, Junho says, I was taking a shower before I tuned in. I forgot you were on now. I asked Archangel Michael for guidance, and he led me to check my computer. And here we are. Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Michael.
Yes, Michael's a busy guy. Yeah. He is a busy guy. So let's see. Delta Dawn again remembers a dream where animals were in the air, above and below the ground, and in the water were going to die in mass. It was a sign they were done with how humans treated them and the world. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely, we just treat them so badly. You know, when I think about, I was teaching an ethics class for many years, and I would have somebody wanted to do factory farming and I said, are you sure you can take it? Because it's very disturbing. And that's what happened to me when I was, you know, in 1990. We went and stayed at a motel in Texas, and we woke up to the worst smelling you ever smelled in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And we were right beside, you know, an animal slaughterhouse, which we didn't know when we first pulled in there. But just all of those, you know, and we don't treat all it. I mean, I'm not saying all of us do this, but people in general don't always treat animals well. And look at how they go out and they you know, shoot lions and tigers and bears and things like that, just for fun, to put their head on the wall and stuff. So yeah.
You're so welcome, Stacy. I said it. Well, thank you. But I think that Delta Dawn's flower must have an incredible compassion for animals and their sacredness.
Yeah.
And this was, you know, a dream where she understood that we were harming them as a race. The human race was harming them. I'd be curious to know if you work with animals.
Yes, I would be too.
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah.
So Willow says you're a bright, glowing light, Stacy, and you're a natural teacher and will write a book soon. So how about that?
There you go.
And Heather, I'm glad you're stepping back into your gifts as well. Wow.
Awesome.
And let's see, what else have we got here? Oh my goodness. Trigger warning? Okay. Butterfly kisses? All right. I get it. Yeah. It is. It's a tough thing to think about. Yeah. All right. What else do we want to talk about? I think I might have one more. Oh no, that was the one about the animals.
Why don't we talk about how to connect with spirit angels, and how we can, you know, how we can empower ourselves to feel the love and understand the process of moving through here to there and back again. So every one of us is miraculous and magical in so many ways, and those gifts have been given to us to aid in the journey to complete the task that we signed up for. So in that journey, we have an entourage at our disposal. We have angels who are here that have promised to be with us for the entire time of our lifetime. We have guides who were particularly or possibly I've heard two different takes on guides, that they were human before, and so as human they understand the experience. They have made a contract with you, or a sacred commitment to you, that they will be at your be available for you throughout your entire journey as well. And then we have ancestors, we have loved ones that have crossed over, we have grandfathers and great grandfathers and great great grandfathers, and on the other side the mothers as well. So as far back as human beings have lived, we have a lineage. We have a resource of thousands of spirits that are loving us, and that are loving us from the other side, because that's what the journey is about. That's what it's all about. It's about solving issues and problems and lifting humanity by the way that we act and the way that we love. And so when we go into the dream state, for me, I love to play. I love to play. I love to meet up with my friends that are across the country and say, hey, let's, go do this, or let's go do that. Or there was one about a ski lodge and a fireplace and a grandfather clock in the middle of a river. And, just the imagination of freedom to explore and create anything we want in that realm. Anything we need is in that realm. And what's really amazing to me is that it is right here. It's right here with us. It's not just when you sleep. It's if you can embrace the idea that these beings are there for us, and they're more accessible through communication, I would think, although guides tend to yell at me. So it's a matter of understanding that whole picture. And the dream part is so essential because they want to help guide you and help support you and help reconfirm that, yes, everything is fine. Everything is going to be fine. And just keep going. Just keep going, keep breathing, keep laughing, keep dancing, keep loving. And that is where the magic of understanding what your dreams are comes to be a reality in your day. And I'm just so grateful, Aley, that we can do this because, the baby steps sometimes it needs the baby steps. Sometimes it needs, a leap of faith. You need to be proven. Okay. I see things because I believe. Some people want to believe or see it and then they'll believe, but I'm the other way around. And, to me, the magical mystery excitement of creation and connection is so powerful and wonderful that when we bring it all in, what would we have to worry about? Because we can get the answers that we need, because we can have it explained and healed and, made good. So, does anybody have any questions about anything that I just said?
No, I think you explained it really well. And Anne says you're awesome, and you are.
Oh,
Juno says the eyes see only what the mind is prepared to comprehend. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, Juno. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. But we have a whole host of people, I say with quotes, that are around us, angels and guides and ancestors and all those that love us. And, we just have to remember that they're there for us. They don't go anywhere. They're very available to us all. Yes. Yeah. Kate, you are very gentle and kind, and the way that you explain things is just beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I have to tell you, though, the other day when I was doing my live, my computer was flashing and going dead, so that I knew we were still on, but I couldn't see in the monitor. I couldn't see anything. The monitor went dead. And then the Roomba in the middle of the night the other day started to wake up and go, ha-da-da-da, 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 ha-da-da-da. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Go back to sleep. I'm sleeping here. Go back. I woke up, I was so mad. And they light up this way and then they light up that way. And, and they go, like it was like doing a tango or something. And I knew that was either my dad, who has a wicked sense of humor and is a very good dancer, or spirit guide saying we need you to get up and then the other day I woke up out of a sound sleep and I wrote down all of these. This is like 4 o'clock in the morning, all of these inspirational things. So it can be a little bit try and find what's funny.
Because we have to take the humor in it, because that's how my brother does that to me all the time. He'll do silly, like I told you about the alarm clock with no battery in it that kept going off at 3 a.m. And I knew it was my brother. It was that type of guy, So we have to take that and just go with the flow.
Yeah. And we are the ones that are in control.
We are.
So if you want to know the answer, you can ask and it will be given to you. Might not be the answer that you want, like lottery ticket numbers.
That would be nice. That would be nice. I've asked, but I have not heard.
I haven't heard. Just keep asking.
Just keep asking.
Yeah, just keep asking. What can it hurt?
So, a couple of things, folks, before we go. Kate's channel, please check Kate's channel, Dream Detective Kate.
Yeah.
She had a wonderful show on Sunday night with a meditation that you can go back and listen to. And she's going to try to do that again on Sunday night, I believe, with Valerie. And
I'm not sure Saturday or Sunday.
I'm sorry, Sunday is what I meant.
Yeah, no. We originally wanted to do it on Saturday morning, so that people could have that refresh
for the day.
And that's the name of the show, is Refresh. So they could go through the weekend and then start the week with something, spa-like. Spirit Spa. I thought about that as a name, and then I thought, no, not gonna buy. But I also do Coffee Talk with Deb H in Purple Elephant,
and feeling better. Yes,
she's feeling well. If the announcement goes out, yeah. So and then
you're going to be on with me on Friday night with Diana.
I'm going to be there.
We're going to book it. Yeah.
Are you bringing the donuts this time, or am I?
I can if you want to. Remember that the old Dunkin' Donut ad where the guy would get up in the middle of the night, it's time to make the donuts, But well, good, Jamie. I'm glad that sometimes you don't know if your message is, I'm just thank you everybody for what you're saying. I have 2 shows tomorrow. I have a show at 4:00 with the Mystic Sisters Tarot. But I realized that at 5:00 I have to meet with Mel, so I'll be moving out of there and moving into another show. I didn't know I got it that close, but I'm looking forward to that too. So
that's awesome.
And I'll be on Friday with the ladies. So everybody take care. Thank you so very much for being here with us tonight. We had a really great time, and we were really happy to have all of you. And welcome to the new people. We just are thrilled to have you here.
Yeah. It's always such a treat. And we get so much from you guys and from your energy. And I know there are a lot of people that are not participating with Sharing Dreams, but your energy that you bring to us is so cool. So thank you. Thank you for being there. Thanks for the chat. And may all your dreams be sweet dreams.
May all your dreams come true in good ways. Yes, absolutely. All right.
Thanks,
everybody. Thank you, Kate. Bye-bye.